Our research takes as a point of departure the nature of segregation and admits quite readily that segregation has indeed declined. But our research is also able to show that while segregation has been on the wane, new forms of diversity have emerged and new forms of segregation have also emerged. So we, rather than thinking of segregation and diversity as being on a continuum from segregated to diverse, moving linearly between those 2 points, our research admits to the possibility of folds in that continuum, the possibility that you can have segregation and diversity at the same place at the same time, and increasing in similar places, or decreasing in similar places. If you map Atlanta in 1990 using our cartographic visualization scheme, using our mapping categories, you would see a white-black city. It would be archetypically white suburbs and an African-American central city, a poster child for a core periphery, black-white, differentiated city in the United States, something that you would see in Detroit or Pittsburgh or Cincinnati today. Atlanta, though, has changed a lot. In that 20-year period, there were dramatic changes. That the all-white suburbs were reduced by 2/3. So instead of having suburban communities that were 80% black, so about 2/3 of those communities moved from segregated white or white dominant low diverse, according to our schema, to white dominant moderately diverse. So they diversified. At the same time, African American tracts also increased in number, and we see the growth of moderately diverse African American tracts. And at the same time, we see the growth of black dominated, low diversity African American tracts. So increasing segregation with increasing diversity at the same time. And of course, there are now in Atlanta tracts where Latinos are numerically dominant, and there are tracts in Atlanta where nobody no group dominates. In fact, no two groups dominate, and those are highly diverse tracts. And we see a growth of those tracts. Maybe they start from a small number, but they grow 300-400%. And now they represent a noticeable proportion of the neighborhoods in the inner ring suburbs of Atlanta. I think our research strikes a cautionary note. We do see the end of the era where certain neighborhoods were all white or all black. We don't have those places anymore. We do see also white suburban tracts becoming much less white. They are increasingly diverse. What we also see in our research, though, is the persistence of segregation of African Americans, and this should be a cause for concern. It has been shown that segregated communities of African Americans don't have the same access to resources that others do in society, and this has been to their detriment. So it is premature to celebrate the end of segregation in the United States, or it is premature to celebrate the increasing diversity of the United States. Our research strikes a cautionary note.